A Minnesota high school softball player says she was cheated out of playing in the state championship by an opposing team with a transgender pitcher. Why she's no longer staying silent and speaking out. Next. Kendall Kotzmacher, a softball player and recent graduate of White Bear Lake High School, is my guest. Kendall, good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to share my story.
Your team lost to Champlin Park and lost the opportunity to play in the Minnesota State Championship. Champlin Park has a transgender pitcher, a biological male, who basically carried that team all the way to winning the state championship. Why did you want to speak out about this situation?
I think the biggest thing is knowing that there are no repercussions that can happen to me anymore. Like, I graduated last week. I'm going to college, and I know a lot of girls are really scared to say anything because they don't know what it means for the rest of their high school careers. So me being able to speak out kind of for them, say everything they want to say is really huge to me.
Was there any talk of taking a stand or boycotting the game? We saw a lot of people pushing for that on social media, but before your team played against Champlin Park, Kendall.
Definitely, I thought about it, but being a senior and playing my last few games of my high school career ever, I didn't want to end on that note. And it was really hard, obviously they have such a big advantage, and they do have some girls on that team that are extremely talented. But knowing that they have such a big advantage, I think that was super hard. And I know that I could see on social media, like, I have a phone, I have social media, I was reading. And it's hard because obviously that's something that I would want to do in any other scenario, but being a senior, I just couldn't do that to my family, who this is the last couple of games they can watch, and my friends that are coming to support me. And I think by us playing against them and obviously losing, it shows that they do have an advantage. And Bloomington Jefferson is an incredibly talented team, and they lost by 6 runs in the championship game. And there are a couple girls on Champlin that are extremely talented and can hit the ball, but they shouldn't be winning by that much. And I think it just shows that there is an advantage.
I admire your courage so much, Kendall, especially since some people don't want players and parents talking about this at all. I just wanted to point this out. The athletic director in Eagan sent a letter telling parents not to bring political messages to the game. And then the Minnesota State High School League didn't allow people to post comments online about any of this through the state tournament. Is it even fair, though, when adults let boys play in girls' sports and then stop others from speaking out about it? How does that make you feel?
I think for me and other women, it makes us feel like we don't matter. Like, we're just kind of a side piece in their overall grand scheme of things. And obviously playing a biological male is not something I ever thought would happen in my lifetime. So going there and seeing that it was like everyone was supporting Champlin, it kind of felt like we were just pushed to the side. And there's so many girls that did so many amazing things that whole tournament, and all anyone could talk about was Champlin. Like, our game instantly, we were a 6 seed and we upset the 3 seed of the whole tournament. And right after the game, it was like, oh, you get to play Champlin now, like, and all the talk was about a biological male being on the team. And a girl on my team had a record-breaking hitting tournament, and I hit the home run to send our team to the second game, and our pitcher pitched amazing, but all anyone could talk about was Champlin. So not only was there an unfair advantage on the field, but that's the sole focus of the entire tournament. Compared to years past, it's supposed to be at recognizing the great talent on the teams and the girls.
Federal law, specifically Title IX, gives equal athletic opportunity to play sports without sex discrimination in schools that receive federal funding. Title IX not only applies to students, but also to parents and to anyone else who interacts with school sports and education. Yet for some reason, it seems it's being ignored completely in Minnesota. What do you think of the situation here, Kendall?
It hurts. It hurts a lot. Obviously, softball is growing into such a big sport at the collegiate level, and now a new pro league. And Title IX paved the way for us. They set the tone and they set the standard for younger generations such as myself. And to see that it's ignored, and it just shows that a biological male can come in and take away everything we've worked through and for all of these years, and it's heartbreaking. And I know, like, at the college level, I won't have to deal with that personally because of the new law that was put into place, but the younger generations, it's not something I want them to ever have to experience. And I have 10-year-old cousins. I coach on a 10U team, and I obviously was sobbing after the game, and I had these little girls coming up and saying, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, I hope you never have to understand what I just went through.
Pretty clear you have a bright future ahead of you, Kendall, but unfortunately they've been canceled for just making any remarks at all around something like this. Why take the risk? Why was it so important for you to speak out and say something?
I am a very outspoken person. I have always paid attention to what's going on in the world. And when transgender athletes first started playing and I started seeing how many biological males were in women's sports, I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe this is happening in my lifetime. And I actually saw Riley Gaines talk at the Capitol when she was here in Minnesota a couple months ago, and I was like, I want to say something. And I never thought that I would be in a place to play biological male. So after that, I was like, I have nothing to lose. It's worth the risk, and I'd rather take any negative consequences towards me if that ensures a future for these younger female athletes.
Bless you for that. Kendall Kotzmacher, we wish you the best of luck in college. Thank you so much for speaking out. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That will do it for this episode of Liz Collin Reports. We'll see you next time.